Greetings, family.
Greetings, greetings.
My name is Selassie.i, a human rights defender.
Selassie, human rights defender.
Now, they have a saying, only the truth can set us free. It's been a while we have been repeating Article 21.3 from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights that is embedded into the Jamaica Constitution from 2011. You can do your research and you will see that it's there. Under Article 21.3, it states that the will of the people shall be the basis authority of all government. The reason why we keep repeating this article is that since the 8th of September 2022, the British impostor has coronated himself as the sovereign king over the island territory and our central bank, which is gross violation of our international human rights. You can Google it yourself. Check out who is the head of state of Jamaica. Now, we have the Montreal Convention on the Rights and Duties of State at the UN. Under the Montevideo Convention, it clearly states that no nation is politically sovereign or independent until the people themselves declare their own independence or political sovereignty. Now, Ras David, has the people of Jamaica ever put out a declaration of independence?
No. But under Article 8 of the UDHR Charter, everyone has a right to an effective remedy by the national, competent and tribunal. So meaning that the indigenous peoples of Jamaica can secure them right at the Ministry of Justice, the military, or the Ministry of National Security. But however, we have a 1960 UN 1514 resolution that banned colonialism in all its forms. We have a satanic constitution now that the Jamaican people still operating under. So in that way now, Article 16 of the UDHR Charter that give the family the highest standard of living into collective unity. So we need our people to stand into collective security to secure their rights. But the will of the people must stand with the human rights defender team to stand into unity.
You see, the thing is that our people don't overstand. We have two political parties, right? And the reality that remains, whether you vote for the JLP or the PNP, each ballot that is cast, you are saying that you want the King of England to remain as the head of state. This is because all parliamentarians, they are oaths servants of the British monarchy. They are here to protect foreign interests only. And the decolonization treaty go against such form of governance because all colonial government has been outdated. Article 1 clearly states the 1514 resolution, the decolonization treaty. The subjection of people to alien subjugation, domination, and exploitation constitute a denial of fundamental human rights. It is contrary to the Charter of the United Nations and is an impediment to the promotion of world peace and cooperation. So even the 1514 resolution, the decolonization treaty, it clearly shows that for a king, an absentee king, to have governed the island is a violation of human rights. And people, we have to think about this deeply. When our country and its resources have been exploited by foreign entity, what is there for our people? Because the resources is not of any benefits to us. The island, which is where we are born, does not belong to us. So what are we really waiting for? To continue losing everything? when we can make a stand today with a human rights ambassador to secure and implement all international rights. And some of these international rights are rights to a free education for the development of the human personality, the rights to a higher standard of living, rights to family, the rights to own property, and the right to life. Right? So, family, Rastaway, our human rights ambassador is here to implement and secure these rights. What about the indigenous people who is living on the island territory? Do they have the right to create their own identity and their political sovereignty?
Yes, indigenous peoples have the right to create their own self-governance because the unanimous resolution states that all peoples have the right to self-determine by virtue of that right to freely determine their political status. So indigenous peoples now have the right to declare what they want now for themselves and their family into collective unity. Because under Article 39 of the indigenous rights, it says indigenous peoples have the right to enjoy these rights, not to go back and pay back debt and these things and go back in a mental slavery, like under Article 4 says slavery and slave trade is prohibited in all its form. So people, this is with us together. So togetherness we can end Jesuitism now.
And to look at it in a realistic way, if over 60 odd years these parliamentarians are unable to remove the British monarch as head of state, then when they are going to do it, if they cannot secure their own rights, how are they going to secure the rights of our people? We see a lot of our people get removed from land, their houses demolished, which is an infringement of international human rights, because that is inhumane, degrading punishment for a human being. Article 17. Everyone has the right to own property, alone or in association with others. Our twin birthright is equality and freedom. So we have the right, as the native, the natural born on this land, to own our property. And we as a Jamaican family must advocate to protect the sovereignty of our island with a human rights ambassador who can fulfill the 17 sustainable goals at the UN, so we can all experience freedom and equality. Now, I hear us David mention Article 2 of the resolution earlier. And Article 3 states that inadequacy of political, economic, social, or educational pre-preparedness should never serve as a pretext for delaying independence. So once we the people come to the forefront with a human rights and say, listen, we the people of Jamaica now is going to our own declaration of independence, then we can truly get rid of this British monarch once and for all. Just as the law said, the voice of the people shall be the basis authority of all government. We know that once and once might have a fear factor, right? But what is the purpose of the military?
The purpose of the military is to serve and protect the people's patriotism. So, even under Article 5 of this resolution, it's an immediate step must be taken. So, once we the people decide you want to remove King Charles with the military, then immediate steps supposed to be taken that the indigenous peoples of Zamaka supposed to get back them land, them central bank, them mineral, them resource, and international rights to higher education, because we actually approach the educational system to showing that the educational system in Zamaka is corrupted. And under Article 4, it banned all forms of slavery because the slavery doctrine and teaching our indigenous people.
Rastafari. And, Article 4 kind of sum it up, It states that all armed action or repressive measure of all kind directed against dependent people shall cease in order to enable them to exercise peacefully and freely their right to complete independence. So It takes your action for us to come to that experience of freedom and equality. It's not the duty of the parliamentarians, but it's the responsibility and the duty of every individual, every organization to promote and protect the Charter of Rights that brings equality and freedom. Give thanks.
Aye.